Hi, folks. It's time for another Art Time with Nick. And I'm Nick Packard. Art Time with Nick is brought to you by our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory, your one stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, musicians, and other creatives. And for only $40 a one lifetime fee, you can join their number and have a web host where you are safe and findable. And if you're looking to hire artists, authors, creatives, consider joining their number. Now, you can find all that and more at indiecd.org. Now, let's see. It's been a while since I've gotten to do one of these fellows. So what we're going to do is just drop over here. We've got our little rhythm that is brought to us free from StreamYard. We're going to do a new one. Let's see. This is still doesn't give me the full pop-ups, even when I switch it to screen. But we're going to hit new. I'm going to make my standard canvas. I am going to go, and you can't see it, but I am recording my time lapse. And let's just start classic, all right? We can go into a nice soft airbrush, nothing big to worry about. About 100. Going with a nice literal sky blue. We're just going to go soft into it, and we do have some comments. I will try to keep up on them. Surprise art time. Yes, sir, Thesis. We are definitely having some surprise art time. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to, so I want to make sure as I get caught back up that I have my thumbnails for the week. And I'm just going to start in with some nice, smooth, wide strokes, just like you're using an actual airbrush. It's pressure dependent. I do try to stick mostly to the default brushes, although I have a couple I have acquired that were free to acquire, and I really do recommend them. So we're going to add another layer, and let's get some clouds in here. I'm trying to think what kind of clouds I want today. Just going to keep it chill, very relaxed. I kind of need it today. So we got a good foo. Way too small, though. Way too small. Let's get 50. 50 should be a good size. Yep. And I like to do my paintings as a warm-up because it gives me lots of little fluid motions that I can do without worrying too much about precision. Lets me see how my hand is moving on a given day. Because your hand isn't going to be as adept every day. You know, it's not going to feel the same. And with that, injuries and age, some days are going to work a little better or a little different than other days. That's okay. I am prone to this sort of zigzaggy cloud pattern, though. But these guys seem a little far off. They're little cirrus clouds. Get the big swooshy guys going. Let's come here, and as spring is kind of upon us, let's drop down quite a bit. Actually, let's get into a bit of the blue-gray range. And we're just going to start right here, and we're just adding darker clouds. Your cumulus clouds, your good storm clouds, are those nice round fellas. They're usually lower than the streaky guys, your cirrus clouds. I need to go back over all my cloud names again. I don't want it to go all the way to the ground today. I want that nice kind of veiled leather. Hello, Sarah. Good morning. Yeah, I just felt the need to do some art streaming, and I do like that my art time with Nick is something that can happen theoretically at any point. You never know. We'll get some nice, like the cloud fronts are just sort of coming in, and that's fine. They need a little bit more definition. Let's see. We're actually going to go quite dark with these guys. Because it is technically spring. I say technically because the weather's been so strange, it's almost impossible to tell. And the dark gives us that bit of texture. Oh, excellent! I'm glad we could be of service to you guys. Because Sarah said, good morning. Much needed socializing with friends. Priceless. Great timing. Well, I tried to go where the universe decrees and do what it says, and I got the proverbial wild hair up to do a little bit of nearsighted art. And you can tell me the suggestions. I do take them, depending on how fast things go. Oh, let me merge that down. Because I didn't mean to keep clouding on that. There we go. And again, I like to use a really simple process that everybody's pretty familiar with by now. Thick oil paint. I think I need that in about a 20 for this size. And I'm going to start with a fairly dark brown. And I'm just going to cut in. Now, normally I would put a lot more, a lot higher. But I'm kind of focusing on the sky today. So the focus of the story, and realize every picture is a story. Now, we've got a request for some storm crows, huh? We'll see. We can try to add some storm crows in. I'm okay with that. Let's see. But I have that. I'm going to come over here, grab my sprayer, and I think I want my running color spray. And I want a decent green. Let's see how that looks. Yep. I'm quite fond of this brush for doing trees and adding texture to things. I don't need this quite so big. So we can make it a little bigger on you guys. And we might do something with crows. I don't know if they're going to be in the sky or not, but like I said, I'm rather fond of storm crows. Very often we would have a set of noisy crows who would show up and let us know storms were coming where I grew up. Yelling and squawking and basically carrying on. As they're inclined to. I'm not complaining about it. They're crows. Crows are going to caw. Yeah, let's get the grass into. We use this color. Yeah. Now I use that brown as a base, and while it will be mostly covered, where it's not, gives good shading. Ironically, this is very much like flocking, which is how you make the bits of terrain that stick to the bottom of miniatures. That's one thing people don't realize. Most arts carry over to each other. And what it does is it keeps the line. You still have that horizon line, but it keeps it from being too hard. And we've got a lot of chats. We've got the Thesis doesn't have to let me get in the chats for just a second. Good morning. And we covered that. Doesn't have to remember. And Foxy's here. Hello, Foxy. A murder crows in the sky. Caw. Yes, one of my spirit animals. Don wanted flying potatoes. My spirit animal is ironically a fox. Cute little mischief bringers. I love how crows are called a murder instead of a flock. Not sure the story behind it, but it's awesome. Oh my gosh, I talk to the talk and laugh with the crows. Meh, I'm weird like that. Oh, absolutely. Always be kind to the crows. They remember. Now I need to actually go into my pencils. Do I want to use the good pencil for this? Probably. Yeah, we'll use the good pencil for this because I need to add some tree trunks, which are just going to be these little, mostly gray and V-ing little structures that you see over here. They're going to be what connects everything. And we just work it on through like that. I'll make sure that they kind of start in. There we go. Rejoicing and reaching up the sky. I don't think the trees mind the rain all that much this time of year. Even though I could use a bit of sun. I'm not exactly a summery person, but I do like to warm up at this point. Oh yeah, the green in the bottom might not fit very well, but one or two would fit okay in the dark clouds. Yeah. Bottom right. No, that's okay, because I'm not quite done yet. I'm going to play with the lighting too. Some trees that haven't greened up yet in this little row here. I don't know why I did that. I guess it fell over. That happens. Now, what we're going to do is we can come back here. We can go back to that sprayer, still the droplets, the running spread. We're going to do some lighter bits towards the middle, fanning out to imply that the darker bits are along the edges. You can see, start to see that. I may do something else here. I'm not sure yet, but we can play. That's one thing art should always be. Art, writing, all this stuff. There should be an element of play to it. It shouldn't be this different shade. There we go. Just thicken the base a little bit like that. This sense of everything has to be serious. Because it doesn't. We get so caught up in the seriousness and the importance of what we're doing, we lose track at how utterly ridiculous we sound. There we go. Oh, let's see. One moment. I need to take a drink. Paris Derp. I missed something, but I'm out of the loop. Paris. Oh, I'm not sure who Paris is. One moment. We have to stay hydrated, especially while we're doing art. Well, this one's coming along pretty quickly. Now, and I'm okay with that. I don't like to quite overdo my images. Let me get another layer. And I think I want soft light for this layer. I'm going to try something. I might not make it work. If it doesn't work, I can always delete it. But I want... Actually, I think I actually do want my marker pen. And I think I want a soft yellow. Yeah. This is where it's brightest. I'm going to put the sun basically right here. And I know, right now it looks very harsh. That's okay. Because what we can do after we figure out where we want something like this to go, and I'm still dealing with the fact that my hands are still a little shaky. I don't think I ate enough for breakfast, which is okay. I'm going to eat more later. but I want that scent. Perhaps the light is fading out just a bit. There's spots in the clouds. As the sun valiantly kind of struggles against the coming storm. Ooh, 1 second. There we go. Hi, Matthew. Oh, okay. Did Paris? I'm sorry. I seem to remember the name. It's just I am really, really, really bad with names. And there should be more stuff coming to the Historical Fencing Guild channel as the weather allows. And as my health allows. Because when you notice that I'm having shaky times artistically, you know then I'm probably having shaky times with my swordplay. Let's take this, and I want to play with the opacity. So, see where it says 100? We're just going to start pulling that down until it gives me that. Right there. See? Just that hint. And here, if you're wondering what they're talking about, my other channel, people often miss, is youtube.com/@the Historical Fencing Guild, where of late I've had I typoed that. Bother. Delete comment. Give it a second. I typoed it, so I'm going to delete it and fix it. One moment. We're going to do this right. www.youtube.com/@the Historical Fencing Guild. There we go. We'll see if I still typoed it. You guys can figure it out, and if you need me to, Sarah, I can DM you the link directly. But I think that looks pretty good for a Monday. And what we'll do, actually, I want to come in here with the eraser. Use the eraser to do some shaping. There we are. This needs a little, there we are. A little bit of fingers of God. And we will save this as, we're not going to save it as anything. I forgot to sign it. Grab me one of my pens. Probably the Zero. Think my Ergo mouse might be starting to get a little crunchy. And we'll grab. Yeah, how does that look? Does that show? Oh no, I need another layer that's normal. We'll just go like that. Yep. That'll do. Bigger than I like, but not as bad as it has been. Yes. And we'll save this. Save as beams before the storm. Ooh. And I can export single layer. PNG so that even if you can't see the steps I'm going through, because it doesn't like to pop up sometimes, or single, and we'll export the time lapse so that that can go on my time lapse playlist. If you ever want to just sit and watch pictures quickly draw themselves for your amusement, you're more than welcome to that. And we will go here, we'll go red, and we will go right here, and we will never mind the furthermore. And I think this needs to be shrunk a bit. Not that much. There we go. And we'll move it around. About there. Click that. Click that. We'll go File, Export Single Layer PNG. I'll go NTF 4/22/24. So that will be when I set up the videos for Monday. Video for that. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put crows. Well, I'll do something crow-like a little later. Give it a little more crow focus. Let's open up a new one of these. Close this. Don't save that. I don't need that. And let's see now. We have the green room. I've been doing the Historical Fencing Guild long before I even knew about the green room, so I don't know when it started, but I'm not going to change the time for the people who actually pay me to do stuff. Yes, rooms. I'm sorry you can't operate Discord. Discord is a little problematic, but it happens. What I'm trying to do while we this is see, I'm a big fan of most. I can speak the English language of your corvids. So I'm going to do probably a stylized crow. And I think I'm actually going to come up here to the real G pen. And let's see. Let's just play with this a bit. Been a while since I've drawn a crow. And they're beautiful birds. The overall sleekness of a crow is what gets me. And it would help to go to a color that isn't. There we go. Good place. Wrong start. Almost forgot to start my time lapse. There we go. Let's see. Oh no, there's no issue if using swords isn't your jam. Like I tell people, I am proudly polyamorous. Crow's got a very distinct beak because it has that bump on the top and then fairly flat on the bottom. Head's kind of squarish. Oh, it's been a while. Do not make your crow into a duck, Nick. Oh, this isn't a very mischievous crow pose, but this is a fairly decent one, and I'm probably going to have to move it down a bit. But We'll do this. Sorry, I had something in my eye. Do a bit of that. The G pens and the real G pens are very, very fun for how pressure sensitive they are. Because I can go woo, like that. I went too far into the chest. My nose is just out of gas. But we'll do a pro for a picture. I do need to move him just slightly. I started a little too low on the page, which is one of the great things about digital art. You can easily relocate your images using just rudimentary tools. Oops, wrong tool. And then getting rid of the rudimentary tools. Haha. We'll get that. Go here. Birds have really pronounced knuckle joints. This isn't bad. I kind of like this little dude. Sorry, I just saw Matthew Craig's number. Hey, I just met you. This is crazy. So here's my number. So call me maybe. You are among your people, sir, with a pun like that. Got that back claw. Comes over here to kind of do this. I like to do the center claw first. It gives me a little bit more control. And then thicken it. Need to get my eraser back, get rid of this line because it's with me figuring out. I really didn't need to do much construction. I'm rather proud of how well this crow came out. One goes there. Now I'm going to add a layer. Go down a notch in the gray. Hit up our old friend, the airbrush. Go soft with it. Na. And we need to make sure that we are on a multiply layer. I don't want to go completely black because I want to be able to have more range in the lighting. But a crow is not something unreasonable to ask about. And it is forcing me to draw birds, which is something I want to be better at. There we go. And yes, I can come by with the eraser and clean it up in a second. I just want to make sure I like the general feel of it. Just that I can come with my eraser, just go. Yep, see? I need a big old eraser though. I know I see some spots I have to fix. Holidays happen. But the more... Well, this is just a loose sketch. I'm proud of this crow though. I think this crow came out very well. There's no shame in that. You're allowed to be proud of yourself. Even if you're just drawing a little kind of cartoony crow. Now, come back here to my airbrush and get some spots I missed. Now I'm going to come add another layer, make it multiply. I haven't changed the color, but what it's doing is doubling it. So I can get the lighting I want, which is kind of tricky on something as tonal as a crow. Because while the crow itself, at least by our eyes, is black on black on black, there's layers to the black. And the better you understand that, go. You can do the same thing one more time. Unknown multiply, new layer. Sorry, you can't really see that behind my avatar. And yeah, There are a couple members of the Historical Fencing Guild who spend more time on the Secret Humor group than they do on my channel, which I understand there's a severe temptation towards it. And I'm not even cranky about that. There we go. Now, there's usually a bluish tint to a crow. So let me see if I can get that bluish tint in there. Go with the hard one and just, yeah, there we go. Because the light tends to shine on a crow, not white, but very blue. So we're just going to do this. And if I don't like the transition, that's okay. Because if I don't like the transition, I'll just do some smudgery tricks. I have tricks yet. Not bad. I think it's identifiable as a crow. And then it gets real tricky. Yep, there's a sheen on crows like that in the sun. And that's where we have to get almost right here. And I need to center this way down. And I need to kind of do this. Which tells you what you think often as a very monotone creature rarely actually is. There are all these kind of complex interactions going on. Yes, we have another punster on our hands, friends. Now, let me see. I can get... I'm actually digging into the blues. And I'm going to go even smaller. I want to see if I can't get... Okay, that's where it goes. This becomes the shadows. Okay, I like that. Just fully blew these wings out over here, which is okay. Maybe the crow is the real bluebird of happiness. Nobody realizes it. Because they seem to be pretty content with how things go most of the time. They understand they're crows. They don't mind that they're crows. I'll use this to imply the feathers that I did not draw. Those feathers can be quite difficult. And for as long as I've been doing this, I am still learning. But what it does is gives just enough hint to tell the story. Lots of neat layers going on here. So, what do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? You like the crow? Seems like a nice little crow. Yeah, I think he needs, however, it's a little too bright in the background. Let me see how that looks. Now we're getting somewhere. So we're going to undo that. We're going to go move that down do here. And we're going to go like that. Now, I've darkened it significantly, which is okay. Because now I can do fun things, because now I have the eraser. And I think I'll actually go soft eraser with this. That's that layered, almost painterly complexity. And I am okay with that. Come over here. Oops, wrong. We'll grab my airbrush back. And with a great big wide one, put a little bit of shadow of the crow on the ground like this. And with almost true black, I'm going to come in. I'm going to grab my pen. Just darken that eye out. Just like that. Self-taught, almost entirely. I looked online, and I have an old friend of mine who goes by the name of Kamichita, and she gave me a very, very basic introduction to digital art and taught me the way of the multiply layers. And I watched a lot of programs like Drawfee, Winged Canvas. You look, you try, and then just a lot of experimentation. I know it's not a murder of crows, but I think a nice, fairly detailed crow painting has a certain je ne sais quoi. Now, oops, not that line. And what you find, and it's hard to do, but different disciplines start to interweave. So I find digital painting to be a lot like a lot more like sculpture. That's way too big a pen. Hold on. Oh, yeah. You start to pick up the rules, and then you learn how to break them, and it's a good time. Oh, I left that. I didn't mean to leave that comment up so much. But yes. Single crow is good for sure? Okay. We'll call it attempted murder. See? Save as attempted murder. Because I do love a good parody. Now I can export a single layer as a PNG. And I can export the time lapse. This should be a good time lapse. And then I will come here, go red. And I don't know what you saw. A real red robin, huh? That's cool. Are you speaking of the bird? or the restaurant. We'll see how bad my typing was today. Almost. My cat's in the kitchen. See, sometimes I don't push my fingers down quite hard enough because I can't quite feel what I'm doing. But we make it work. I'm going to shrink this just a bit. Right. Do that. Let's have a look, see what we got. That's a good one, I think. Fascinating. Now, export single layer PNG. We go TF 4. Oh wait, no, this should be 5.1, shouldn't it? Let me look. Yep. Look at me paying attention. 5.1. It's nearly May. It's gonna be May. That was a terrible joke. I should not have made it. That's okay. You guys can enjoy it. See, I like my art streams because I get to be a lot more mellow energy. I don't feel like I have to dial it up to 11. I can understand if you need to ignore the chat. LOL, Sarah. Let's see. We are about we're hopping and popping today. Hit OK there. Get rid of. Actually, I really like the way the never mind the furthermore looks on that. We will record the time lapse. Now there was talk of flying potatoes. Flying potatoes. Away they'd soar. Okay. I mean, hit. See, we could just go. And just go. And we could say. Oh! Flying potatoes. Anyway. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I can do flying potatoes. I've done flying potatoes, but I don't know if I want to use that as a thumbnail. So what we'll do, we'll get rid of the flying potatoes. Y'all have fun. Let me get my heart eraser. Our erasers roll hard up in these parts. Okay. Now I think I want to do something a little more challenging. And Red Robin is good. Actually, I feel a little mechanized because I've been working on something in my head lately and on my sketchboard. So I may just do something a little more mechanical. So you'll pardon a quick sketch. Now, longtime fans know I am the creator of the Big Stompy Robots line of games and books and everything else, except the app. I talked about the app, and Joey did the app, Joe Buckman. But this, if I were to just real quick sketch out a BSR, they normally look something along these lines. I'm using these very light lines because I'm going to be ghosting other designs inside them based on some of my observations. I'm going to take that, go here and here. You can play with that part later. because what I want to do is, instead of my usual pew-pews, I want to design a BSR that's got a little more customary weaponry. So I'm going to come over here, give it a torso like this. The angle's a little off, but I can get away with that because I am trying to draw a GAU-6 Vulcan cannon from memory. And they get real complex right around here. Now, normally all these gizmos and bits would be well shielded, but I just figured I'd use that as my reference for a nice big stompy robot sketch. This is something I'll be revisiting again for the new manual. I have to think about how I want the over weapons to look. This is still sketchy, but oh, that's not good. You want to make sure your brakes are in very good condition before you go on a mountain journey. Oh, yeah, we need. Trying to decide what kind of weapon system, because this is based on some of Nero's tank and vehicle-based smoke grenade launchers. I do a surprising amount of research for a lot of what I do. Then I'm just adding elements. Get this in. I want to give that the rounded nose, sort of akin of a lot of the attack choppers. Since this isn't a cannon unit, as I draw a cannon, I can do something like this. But these guys have to track ammunition, and I hate tracking ammunition. That's why I have to go farther in the future. I have to do something about the articulation here. That's okay. Now, the big leg actuator goes here, like so. Actually, that angle is way off. One sec. It's been a while since you guys have seen me sketch something more mechanical. See, that's the middle, that's that. So that leg is actually facing more like this. There's a bit of torso twist going on. This one is going to be over here. Let's see what do you see. The and the feed. Again, I'm just sketching. Nothing too incredulous. Multi-directional launchers look good like that. I know it's a little different from my usual design motif, but I want to play. Like I said, I want to be a little more technically inspired. And it's still in blues. Remember, as long as you're on the sketchy blue layer, there is no sin. Let's see. Oh, you guys are talking about the Cardinal hybrid. The cardinal hybrids, like the hermaphroditic cardinals that have both. They're either hermaphroditic or they are chimeric. I honestly can't remember which they are, but a lot of people ask me where I get my inspiration for mecha. Sorry, let me finish. But yeah, about the cardinals. Anyway, a lot of my mecha designs come from looking at attack helicopters. That's too close. I don't like that. Let me move that out. That one needs to be. It's just going to go there. Not like that. Not like that. That's not bad. Okay. I need to play with the scaling a bit, but it's not bad for a quick sketch. And no, don't feel bad. They're talking about birds, and you've activated her Nat Geo nerd button. That's wonderful. I am all about what are you passionate about? What makes what do you study? What makes life intriguing? What wonders call to you? Because understanding those helps me understand you. And I love to understand people. I find people to be fascinating. This might almost be too busy of a sketch to be blacked properly, to be inked properly. I don't know. But I think it's coming along nicely. For, again, a rough mecha sketch. I need to play with my different mecha legs, too. Good! Oh, Foxy, you say you're a nerd. I admit it. Like, this is a Nerds Anonymous program, dear. We're all nerds here. I like to add simple, kind of repetitive trend shapes to score the eye a little bit. There's something about this being in the blue and just sketchy and rough that I kind of am digging, guys. I like this. I want this to have the little smoke clouds going off here a bit. Yeah, I kind of do. That looks kind of BA. Okay, cool. For a rough sketch, that is not bad. It does remind me that I still know how to do some of this. And I do like the idea of doing things a little more precise, a little more technical once in a while. I don't know if my hand is going to be up to properly inking this or not, because I am kind of fighting it today. I have a lot to do. But if I knock this out just a bit, I'm gonna come down here and put opacity way down so I can see my lines better. There we go. Whoop, wrong layer. There we go. Another art rule of thumb, guys. When you are inking other people's pencil, be very, very precise to match their intent. because your job is to amplify and expound on what they want to say visually. When you're inking your own, those are just like rough notes. Those exist to tell you, yeah, still in eraser mode, and there we go. Oh, I see what happened. I turned it white. There we go. Don't be afraid to be a little shaky. Don't be afraid to be a little clunky. I would rather draw 1,000 pictures that I feel are just a little clunky than I would a single picture that I feel is absolutely perfect. That's just not how I grow. Yes. We all have nerd buttons. Yours is a little different and based, and historically and philosophy based, a little bit more focused on a specific period, being and location, being what we would call ancient to medieval China. It's a little hard to track parallel dates in history because we are taught concepts separate, so that when we find out something like the fact that mammoths were still around when the pyramids were being built, it can be rather mind-blowing. I am, of course, at heart a generalist. I split about between periods and foci and just try to find whatever speaks to me at the moment. Now, some of you will be happy to point out that, Nick, your lines aren't perfectly straight. Your situation is not 3D rendered drafting. And I could render it 3D. I could either put my triangles right over my sketchboard, or I could use a program like SketchUp or any other computer-aided drafting. I've done enough of that to have a lot of visual tricks. I paid a lot of attention in my mechanical and computer-aided drafting courses back in high school, and I kind of wish I would have stuck more with it. Let me see. Let's go here. I want to add some thickness to the front projector. I'll come here. Because the actual device this is based on is just this front piece. It's just that. It needs a little bit of bulk. Make sure that there's something to indicate that. There we go. And yes, if I were not streaming and talking, I would be sitting here making lots and lots of little swoop noises because they help. Oops. Okay. See, this gun part is definitely based off of the gun. That's roughly, but on the front of a Super Cobra, a attack helicopter. The precursor to things like the Apache and the Longbow and all that. So I'm trying to give it a sense of articulation so that it can move more freely around in the space that I have built for it. Just like that's the swivel joint. That's the hinge joint. We're just getting this in. And this will probably be the last picture for the day because I am crunched over. Hello, Miss Saren. Yes, a robot of the big stompy variety. I'm glad you guys are arting. And what I am doing is, instead of my usual rather simplified slash a bit more futuristic, I am playing. I don't really need all this junk, so let me just clear this out. Give myself more room to play with something with a little bit of more realism. So this arm design, for example, is based on the AU-6. I lost the name, but the gun from the Thunderbolt, better known as the Warthog aircraft. Just now, I don't have my references up, so I'm doing it kind of from memory about what makes that weapon system kind of unique looking when you are looking at it. And it's not, totally accurate in any way, shape, or form. There's some gearing in here. That's part of what we're missing. You would have a problem with this part. That's okay. We'll do that. And this part would probably be under a shell anyway. But it's fun. Whoa, that is the wrong size of an eraser, though. Let me get a little bit more control on my eraser. Back to my pen. And I'm just using the real G pen. I'm not even using a Spanky pen right now. Giving an almost brick-like layer for the plates. Again, this doesn't have to be accurate. It just needs to be believable. When your eye looks at it, it has to go, okay. That is a weapon system. And I'm okay with that. Now, I haven't messed up my angles. Well, I mean, I messed up that line, but except this is still a very rough, very fast sketch kind of situation, which I can revisit later because you can do that with your work. I tell people this and they are shocked to discover the secret is you can fix your work. Until it is published, you have not turned it in to teacher. So you can do things to fix and improve it. It's like the leg design is actually, that I use for Big Stompy Robots, is actually based on a boom arm from a construction /farm vehicle that I have seen. I just thought it was a neat way to actuate a leg. gets a little muddly image-wise over here, so I may have to add some shading. But we're going to go right here, pull that back. We can go right here, pull that back. I just throw that oil pan looking piece. Didn't lose my black that time. Haha. Right there. Ring. Come over here. Because this is big enough that you're seeing it fan out a little bit around you. Oh, what's this? Okay. One of these days, you should draw a little kid with a cardboard box, big stompy robot. That would be adorable. He's so cute. Right? Like 2 or 3 boxes and water guns. Bonus points if the water guns are like bright pink or something. No arrangements could be made. Let me get through this. Because I am definitely going to be in the big stompy mindset on my way to September, which will be StompCon, an event I've been trying to pull off since 2018, when my world got much more interesting than it was before. There really should be 4 vent holes over here, but that's okay. Do that. That. Yep. This is, like I said, again, this isn't bad for being something that's been sketched out rather quickly. I'm not going to beat myself up about it, which is something I'm working on. Oops. There we go. Let's see, how does that look? It's like I said, it's a little shaky, but I will take a little shaky. Now what I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to hide the layer. There we are. Now, without the blues, I can readily see my mistakes. I can see the image better. What happened is that line got out of its lane. There we go. Do this and this. Bunch of these guys. There we go. But that's not bad. I've been putting a them decal on my mecha for a very long time. An old joke. I'm going to be feeling that a lot more as time passes. But let's see. Or just a quick sketch while chatting on a Sunday early afternoon. Not too heavy. I'm going to make my life easier. Give me a thicker pen. I can just go. See, detail is something that's a little funny. You have to be careful to add enough that you see what you're supposed to see, but not so much that you lose the forest for the trees. Right? At least the first Michael Bay Transformers movie was pretty good. The second wasn't as much, and then after a while I quit caring. I probably should try to see them when I'm in the right mood. But the reason I got detracted from them, aside from the modern tendency to make dear childhood heroes of mine villains, is that they put so much detail you couldn't see. And knife mech, but you know what needs? A sword. Yeah, well, that is a different unit. Not to give too much of spoilers, but if one were to dig through some of my old art, you will find something called the Endbringers. They have chainsaws. Because, yay, melee weapons. But this is a very practical... Not at all practical. But a much more practical, much more nuanced take. And the fact that my arms look better makes me really want to tinker with how I do my legs. Which is a good thing. That means I feel like I'm growing. There we go. That's a little chunkers, but we can tinker with that. Let's give this unit some color, shall we? Yeah, I think it needs some color. Actually, no, let's do the, what am I bumping? Okay, I'm bumping the drum. Let's add a layer, go blend mode, multiply. Let's get into my pens, grab the marker to the Millet pen. How's 15? 15, I like it 20. 20 in a nice gray. And let's start doing some shading on this guy. Why am I doing a fast shade job? Because that will be so transformative for this unit. Do that, do that. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be there to help tell the story. There we go. So we add another layer, another multiply layer, and we're going to start painting this guy. I'm going to go with a nice base orange. Make it a little wider. I like the color orange. It is incredibly impractical for mecha, which is probably part of why I like it so much. My usual units are black and white because it's the Doom Money Militia theme. But once in a while, I like to have this like nice orange look. You just get something. And this way I can just kind of warp that in. It's not real hard, not real complex. Now we'll take a nice blue for the cockpit windows. We'll throw that in. Just a bit of fun for those of us who want to see things get boomed. And we'll come and get the gray for most of this because it is exposed. Although I may go back and take the little heat vents on the end and turn it orange. I'm not sure. I like having a base color to work off of and then going, you know what this needs? This needs some of that. And I know it right over to them. I am not concerned. Let me see. Oh, yes. Everything is better with swords, but let's grab that. Grab that. Get it here. Here. Yeah, you know what? You're right. High-vis is the way to go. So we'll be really... Shall we be obnoxious? Oh, yeah, you guys have talked me into being obnoxious. Somebody said high-vis, and that's all I needed for permission to be absolutely artistically obnoxious. Oh, this is insane. I love it. We're going to use high-vis as our highlight. I haven't quite decided what I want. Oh, that's way too big. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Womp. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am not aiming for perfect. I am aiming for, am I having a good time? Having a good time. That, yeah, I'm going to need more orange in here. We'll grab some of the orange and we'll throw that around. Whoop. I got a message from somebody. Poop. Oh, I can't. There we go. I have to deal with that later. I think that needs to be orange though. So let's orange the ends there. Yeah, put orange on there. Orange on there. See? It has orange tips, so it must be Nerf balls. Orange here? Yes. Orange here? Yeah. Orange inside this part. Yes, we'll do that. That looks good. Orange on this. Orange on that. That. It's right there because I missed the spot. And then gray for the actual pods. I know there are a lot of holidays and little errors, but there we go. I think we're doing pretty good. Hey, Alec, how are you? And hey, Gray, I'm sorry I missed it. Maybe this one's a training machine. Could be. Yep, I'm just having a little bit of fun here doing some robots of the big stompy variety. Figuring out which parts need to be just someone said high-vis in the chat and I went, yes. Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay, I've done pretty good. Let's see, if I go here, oh, that works. There we are. I knew there was some more high-vis that needed to show. And we can go, oh, yes, we can. We absolutely can go high-vis right there, can't we? There we go. That's not bad. I'll even high-vis that. I will high-vis that little piece right there for the amusement of all. And I'll put a little high-vis on that portion. And I will even high-vis right here. Let me get going. This is a fun one. For pure sketchy goodness, this was an absolute blast. Thank you guys for the thoughts and suggestions, because that's really looking pretty darn good. And I know, it has that fast internet style. And I'm glad you're having a good time at church, Alec. And I'm glad you're having fun. And let's see, it's been an hour 20. Oh, I'm about feeling it, and it is very much getting into where I need to eat some lunch. So I'm going to wrap this image up. Just, try to figure out the spots I've missed that need a little bit of love. Realize I have an opportunity here for some more grotesquely inappropriate high vis. Think to myself, what a plunderful world. Alrighty, I think that's a fun one with slightly, do that down that streak there, and that streak there. A little like this. Oh, there we go. Giving it that slight magic glow, which I have to be careful, but I'm not going to complain. Let's add another layer. Make this a soft light layer. Let's grab some pink. Let's have fun. Because that's going to do that. It's going to let me edge anything I want in this almost painful pink rim light. Oh no, not painful pink rim lighting. Oh darn. That's so brutal. Yes, I know. Why would you do that to anyone's eyes? I was a product of I am a product of the 80s and 90s. I am tired of all this depressing gray on black on, ooh, silver. Come on, you boring people. There's no reason for life to be this drab. I am not paid enough for things to be this drab. Don't you get bored? Aren't you hungry for a little bit more color in your world? I am. That's why I do what I do. Amongst other reasons. Never do anything for just one reason, guys, but it wasn't high-vis enough. Basically, one of my favorite things back in the day was to do colors and color it in with my highlighters. And it just lets you get that neon things. Ooh. Ooh. I'm glad you got some new shirts. I actually have a new shirt that I got for, I'm going to wear when I run, Did I miscalculate? Oh, I did. Oh, that was because of the recovery for the game shoot. Well, we'll have to figure that out. I think I may have missed a game Thursday in my scheduling. Happens once in a while. There we go. Is that truly obnoxious? Yes. Do I regret any aspect of that? Not really. Let's see how messy it is. I'll just do this. Oh, undo. Add another layer. Do I like that? Yeah, it's not bad. It makes it pop a bit. But that was a fun one. Yes, we've got to be doing our RPG though. Oh, absolutely. You have to wash everything, but we wash. We wash. We wash. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna go plus a layer. Come here. Grab my pen. Yeah, we'll even G-pen it. Heck yeah, we're G-penning it today. I just have to do sign down here. Helps to have the right color. That way I have room for Nevermind the Furthermore later. And we will save file. Save as realistic and fluorescent. I'm sure I misspelled that. Oh, I got it in one. Hot dog. BSR. And we'll just save that. We will export single layer PNG. Okay. And file. Export single layer. Oh, time lapse. Flying potatoes. Yes, this opens up with flying potatoes. Yes, you did very well. I did see that. Well done. I'm very proud of you, Alec. I've just been trying to give you time and space to get through your work. And then come summer, all sorts of things can happen. But there we go. And we'll go here. We'll go here. We'll go. Never mind. Oh, I missed my space. Furthermore. And I'll shrink this. Something about like that. Don't want to put it over here. I think I may have to put it over here. Do I have room? Nope. I'm going to have to shrink this further. This is a bigger image than usual. Yay! Kind of dig it. Kind of dig it, guys. We'll go here. We'll go export single layer PNG. NTF 5324, which you guys can't see, but I talked through it. We do that. We go OK. And I think, my dear friends and duckies, that's the last one. I'm sorry that you're having trouble with history, because history should be enchanting. But with that, guys, we're going to call this the last image. And I'll save that because that looks good anyway. We're going to wrap this up. Guys, keep drawing, keep creating. Because you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. I will see you all on Nevermind the Furthermore at Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And now I'm off to have lunch and then set up these videos in the background. You guys have a great week.